this right here is going to be, you can actually see my lights right there. That's going to be the shelf where I'll eventually put my, I'll hook up the lights, plug them up, and put my peppers and all of the warm or the spring season stuff, spring/summer things that I'm starting now. That's where I'll have them once they sprout and germinate. But all of the brassicas and stuff that don't need super high temperatures, I got distracted. All of the brassicas and stuff that don't need like really warm temperatures, I'll bring out here and put inside on that shelf or on this shelf here. I got distracted. I came out here to get some seed starting trays, and when I walked in here I saw that the broccoli that we checked yesterday, I probably should go inside. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and harvest the broccoli, because even just from yesterday to today, me showing you them, they're already starting to separate. So I'm gonna actually go inside, get a knife or something, and harvest basket to harvest this broccoli, and then I'll be back. So I just went ahead and got a regular knife. And you can see how what I'm talking about, the heads had already gotten looser. You know, I'm sure that this yellow dot on this broccoli is signs for something. There's a bunch of, let's see if I can get, there's a bunch of aphid eggs. So I'm gonna pull these plants out and give them to the pigs right after I harvest this. This one really started to open really bad. Oh, and this one. It's crazy, and this was not like this yesterday, so just from one day. Okay, that is all the broccoli from these plants. I'm going to pull them out, and these cabbages that never grown, that they never got any bigger, and go give them to the pigs. You can see at the bottom of these leaves the bugs, but it will be fine. The pigs will enjoy. You can see that it's super muddy over where the pigs are now that it hasn't rained. It's gonna rain again tomorrow because today's Thursday. Probably after tomorrow we'll end up moving the pigs. Whew. It's not like grass is growing, but just it being really that wet. Ooh. This time I'm gonna see if I can grab about how many I can grab. Ooh. Ooh. There's so many gnats flying around. Oh yeah, that one's really, really bad. Actually, all of them is really, really bad. As I'm walking, you can hear the mud. Oh, they ate that fast. By the time it took me to walk from throwing them that to getting more, they had finished that one. So we still have probably, it's so muddy out here. I don't know why I didn't put on boots. Like maybe 4 or 5. and then the 2 cabbages, and we'll be done with brassica or broccoli and cabbages in here. Yeah, we have like 5 more, and I can see under, you can really see once I took some out, it's really bad. Oh yeah, look at that. Ugh. Makes me not even want to touch it. I'm not gonna look anymore. Let's shake. Disgusting. I got them all out of the hoop house. I'm telling you, aphids, well, I'm so lucky that aphids do not jump and like are not like really big bugs, because I would not have been able to pull some of those plants out, especially when it got to like the cabbage where it was much shorter. The broccoli has like a stem and I can grab it from the bottom, but the broccoli was, or the cabbage was so to the bottom that trying to grab without touching aphids were disgusting. But now this bed is all gone and it'll be nice and ready. I'll let it sit. It's covered by leaves. It should be fine until it's time to plant. I'll make sure it's watered. Yay, our worms are still doing good. I just came over here to look at what's going on, and I guess this is a turnip that I planted here, because you can, they started, I was trying to figure out why the tops were like molding and breaking off, but this looks like turnips that I planted here. And I guess it just got, we'll give this to the pigs too hot in here. It is really warm in here. What's here? Oh yeah, that's some aphids. Okay, I got another 72 ounce, I mean, why do I keep saying ounces? A 72 count tray, because I decided I'll do half of this filled with kohlrabi and the other half I'll do beets. And I'll fill this up and then I'll go inside and plant the kohlrabi and beets, and I will completely be done for seed starting for my 12-week mark. I will have to check my book, but I'm pretty sure I have gotten everything I needed to start for 12 weeks away. I'm gonna sit this in cool water with some salt, see if any bugs float to the top. I did go ahead and break them apart and sit them in salt water. I've changed the water once already and there weren't any bugs, which is nice, but we have a whole container full of broccoli. I am outside on my patio. You guys were with me when we planted out the green stalks that I have there. Let's see, there's one there that we're taking apart, and there's one right there. And I shared how last year when my son and I went on our missionary trip, the green stalks fell over during a storm and my family was sick for the whole 10 days, and so the green stalks really spread out and like expanded, and so when I was planting in them, they literally just kept falling over, and you can kind of see that this one is still leaning. And so I was speaking to the people over at Greenstalk, and they said what I should do is take the soil out of all of them and then try and restack them and see if that helps. I do have some plants that like some perennial herbs that I want to try to keep inside there, but for the most part I'm going to like little things like this I'm going to sacrifice and see, because it's more important to see if I can get these two to stack. And if I have to take out the perennial things, I'll just take out that whole pocket and see if I can transplant it back later. But let's get this to the garden and see if we can get the green stalks set back up. Another thing is, what was I thinking about? I had them on my patio, but with it being the winter, the sun is really, really low over those tree line, and so they weren't really getting enough sun up here. And so that is another reason why I'm moving them, and hopefully they can stack up in the garden. Earlier today, I noticed that I have some brassicas. It's flipped around, but you can see this row right here, which is imperial broccoli, has already started to sprout, as well as this is some cabbage. That's actually the purple cauliflower. This is the yellow cauliflower. So I bought them out here to the hoop house because they were inside my house. It is nice enough out here to let these sprout. Right now it's a really cloudy day, but I wasn't exactly ready to plug up my heat lamps, or not my heat lamps, my lights, because I'm trying to save my lights for when my peppers start to germinate and stuff that are like need the warm temperatures. Broccoli and cauliflower, you know, they don't really need the warm temperature, and so I decided to bring them out here to the hoop house, and they should be fine. Although it is going to get into the low 30s today, that's not going to kill them. They are frost hardy plants. And we already, like, I sat it in this bed because, or my son sat in this bed for me, because you can see we had already took out and fed that to the pigs. So this should be the perfect way for them. I hope that it being cloudy in here doesn't make them super leggy, but I think over the weekend it should get some sun and it should be good for those plants. It's actually supposed to, today's Friday, it is actually supposed to be really bad weather today. They said it's supposed to be that other storm, and it's supposed to be really windy, so I don't know about stacking these green stalks. I think I was planning on stacking one at the beginning of the bed and then possibly one at the end of this in-ground bed, but I just remembered that today is supposed to be the day of that really bad storm, and so now that I got them over here though, I can come out and deal with them at any time. But I'm happy that I got them over here and I got the wheelbarrow over so that I could dump all of the soil in once it's not really bad weather. I'm scared to that if I stack them and get them like and waste all the time to dump all the soil out and stuff like that. It's supposed to start raining in a couple hours and be really windy, that it might just like knock everything down again. So I think I'm going to leave them like this until tomorrow and then come back out here tomorrow and deal with them. But you can see the seeds that I did plant germinated. So we have lettuce here. This was a nasturtium that sprouted on its own, but then it died on that last frost we had. I'm not sure what is here, but a herb has died and I'll end up taking that out. What kind of herb was this? Oh, that was a dwarf Greek basil, so that wasn't super frost tender anyway. We have some kind of bok choy I remember planting here. We still have some carrots. You can see though they're really leggy because, like I said, it wasn't getting any sun. I transplanted these chives there, and then we have more carrots right here, more chives that I transplanted. I'm pretty sure this is oregano. Something, a herb died there. We have sage that is on its last leg. It's been in this green stalk since I've had it, so, but it's still kicking it. And then some more carrots. So it's really just like the oregano, the chives, and the sage that I'm gonna transplant back in here. If I do have to take those plants out, I will just take them out whole, and then when it's time to restack them, I'll just put them back inside of their pockets, and I'll keep them all on the same green stalk, because one green stalk I want to have of just herbs, and then the other one of this green stalk I will plant. I have a bunch of dwarf tomatoes. I think I have 4 different types of dwarf tomatoes that only get like 12 to 18 inches. I couldn't find them when I started my seeds, or I would have started them already, and I just found them. So there was like 4 seed packets of that. I have some dwarf peppers that I can put in here. I have that dwarf Greek basil that I might put back in here, although I can plant regular basil and keep it pruned to a smaller size. And so like one will just be of like herbs is my thought process, and the other one would be more of summer, so it would have the tomatoes, the peppers, the basil, nasturtium, marigold. I do have dwarf marigold, and it'd be like a complete summer green stalk. And then my two actual green stalks that are outside here, I am going to go in with a friend and we're going to order some strawberries from Johnny's, but we checked and they're not shipping until for our area till March 20th, I think, or something like that. And so there's no rush in ordering them right now, but that's what we're gonna fill. That's why I've left those green stalks empty, because we're gonna fill those, or I'm gonna fill those with strawberries. I do have some strawberries in like the first 2 layers of one of them, but then one of them has been completely empty this whole time, and I've just been making sure that it gets enough water with like rain and stuff like that so that they haven't dried out. But I think that's pretty much it, because I couldn't do what I thought I was gonna do, or I changed my mind. And I think I'm gonna just let the garden be until this storm passes, and then we'll get back out here and continue working in the garden. But for now, I'm gonna part ways with you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday and that the bad weather doesn't get you guys. I will have to see you guys probably tomorrow. I didn't tell you guys, but we got like, I've always complained about we have satellite out here, but just recently we got actual internet, and it's like taking less than 30 minutes to upload videos, which has been amazing. So that's why I've been able to post the same day mostly when I'm filming. So this is Friday, and I will post this for Friday evening, and it's because we got new internet. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'm gonna part ways.